And we are back. What are we doing next? The Caleb event. That's what we're doing. So as I've stated before, I've already completed this event. However, I want to go back and just sort of read through it, take in exactly what's going on. I don't know if we'll go ahead and do the...
I will give you my fate.
Oh no, we gotta go back. Sorry, that's not my favorite one.
I will give you my fate, and your fate will become mine.
Well, I guess that's the one I'm getting. But Cosmic Odyssey, we're gonna read through for Cosmic Odyssey because I thought it was actually very cute. I really like the feeling of it. I really like the look of it. I really like the idea of it. I thought it was a very cute event. So we're gonna, oh no, that's not what I wanted to do. This is what I wanted to do. So we're just gonna go through the different planets and just sort of see what they say about the different planets, talk about it. We're not gonna spend too much time on it, but we are gonna spend some time on it. Plus the music's very good. And then this is the ending one, which I think is so pretty. It's such a pretty event. Okay, so this one, Viridian, 22 degrees Celsius. We found a planet with perfect conditions for once. Caleb and I sat back to back, enjoying a perfect peaceful break. I think that's so cute. I imagined the reason, so if we want my opinion on this, which nobody asked for, but I'm going to give it anyways because it's the internet. A lot of people complained about this event saying, oh, it's just a recycled whatever, blah, blah, blah. I'm not going to go into it because it's, in my honest opinion, I think it's dumb. And that might be a little harsh, but it's true. As someone else had stated, and I'm sort of writing off of their comment, is Caleb and MC are looking for paradise. They're looking for something that is beautiful and peaceful and pretty, and going through these different planets and having the lightness and the pastel colors and the crystals and all of that. I mean, of course they're only going to visit these beautiful planets because they're looking for beautiful. They're not looking for desolate or rocky or whatever. They're looking for planets that seem habitable and are peaceful and are beautiful, and because that's all Caleb wants to give MC is just beauty and peace and love and all of this stuff. And so I personally very much enjoyed this little event. I thought the colors matched very well as far as what they were looking for and what they wanted out of this expedition, which was paradise and beauty. And so that's just my own okay opinion. So each one is I think a good idea of this. Like Viridiana it's you know that it's going to be plants, flowers, beauty, you know, a nice breeze, maybe the sun is out, it's temperate weather, it's very nice, you know, that kind of thing. So what about this one? Ecliptarus, and this is the one with their, okay, so this one, oh, so this one had the two sides to it, that's right. The planet has two zones. One in eternal night and the other constant day with a clear line. Is that the line our spacecraft is crossing right now? It's beautiful. I would imagine it's either eternal sunrise or eternal sunset, which would be very interesting to see if the colors shift like around the planet. I think that would be so super cool. Sometimes I cross our planet's terminator when leaving the Deep Space Tunnel for Sky Haven. Which line is most beautiful? This one or the one back home? This one. Because it's more distinct? Because I'm watching it with you. What a romantic. Caleb is such a romantic, honestly. Alright, let's do this one next. Glaciaron Alpha. The protofield damaged our escape pod again. Caleb and I tried to see who could fix it faster, and I won by a hair. I would imagine Glaciaron sounds like ice. Glaciaron Alpha. It's like the first ice one that they run into. Alright, this one has a talk as well. This one's Crystal Tarum. It says it in the ending of the cute little 3-story thing. Look, the crystals light up. Light changes as we approach them. Should we take one back for research? Or take it as a memento for our escape? If you actually know me like the back of your hand, you wouldn't have to ask. Then why don't you check the storage compartment of our spacecraft? When did you collect all this stuff? I knew there'd be a lot to research on. Guess we're really in sync, huh? That's so cute. Okay. Let's do this big crystal one. Auroras. This colorful river of light makes me feel like I'm on a rainbow. Walk to the end of the rainbow and you'll find yourself in the sky. You told me that when we were kids. I believed it for a long time. You kept asking me, if you grow up and become a pilot, how will I find you? I guess dreams do come true. I'm walking on a rainbow now. Which means you'll see I've been waiting for you at the end of one this whole time. So just squish his cheeks and like shake his head. It's just like the cute aggression's real. Zarathra. In this endless expanse of white light, I find myself checking my watch often just to make sure time hasn't stood still. So it's like a gas. It's just like a gas planet. There's like only clouds. Which would be kind of cool. It'd be like being in the center of like a hurricane, I would assume. I imagine, I'm gonna go back this one. I would imagine, because she says you're walking on rainbows, that like the whole thing's made out of crystal, but the sunlight is lighting off of it, so it's making like the crystal rainbows. Come on, Caleb. There we go. Alright, let's do this last one. Tempestora. We finally got out of the storm. Oh, the detector found some writing on the stone walls over there. So it has stone walls. Let me zoom in. Do not disturb. This is Talia and Miro's final paradise. So there were other people like us. They also went on a journey to find their own paradise. Isn't the center of the Tempest too desolate, though? Places like this are hard to find and even harder to disturb. Interesting. Let's add complete privacy to our checklist. I like the sound of that. Of course you do, Caleb. So there's a tempest on this one. So this one would be more like being in a hurricane. The other one's just like a ball of clouds. Okay, this one is really pretty, I think. Oblithian? That's kind of a neat name, though. Let's be real. The underground cave were a confusing maze. After I almost got lost, Caleb held my hand tight and wouldn't let go. So this one is rock, mostly. Underground caves. Let's see. Lithian. Underground caves, yeah. So just, but I would imagine it's more like a crystal rock, like not like like hard rock. I don't think you could, more like the way I see it is more like cat's eye crystal, like going through cast. That would be kind of cool, actually. Let's be real. This one looks like string. Larian, yeah, Larian Prime. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm American. I have to do some math on this. What is 750 degrees Celsius? It's way over into Fahrenheit. Oh my gosh. Girl, get off that planet. You are going to fry. That is 1,382 Fahrenheit, just for anybody who's curious. The surface temperature is 750 degrees Celsius. Even with this powered exoskeleton regulating everything, the ground is still a little too hot. At least the gravity is weak. We can jump real high. Ow, help me! Be careful. Maybe I should tie a rope to you. Then you'll be like my balloon. Who needs rope when having Caleb? I won't float away with your evil around. My hand's the rope in this situation. Hold it tight and don't let go. Okay? Where else do you want to float off to? Okay, so it being that hot, but like it looks like that. I don't even know, like, the only thing I can think of is like no, because mercury like melts, so it wouldn't even be mercury or anything. I can't think of anything beautiful on this one. I'm sorry guys, I was trying really hard, but it would be more like the coils on a stove. That's the way I see it. This one does look rocky. Oh, and volcanic. Okay, maybe not all of them are pretty. I tried so hard. Ignivesta. Something like lava grabbed my ankle. Caleb tossed it a stone and it happily ate it? Oh, so it's like got golems on it. That'd be kind of fun though. More like an adventure. This one looks like glaciers. Nebulon 7. Chirp. Why is this furball following you around? It's probably looking for food. It's kind of like you. You always cling to me when you're hungry. Caleb, it's about time for me to just do that. Sure, you can cling to me while I find a place to eat. This furball only clings to me here, but my favorite cuddle bug follows me around in the game and in real life. That's so cute, Caleb. Why are you so cute? Terra Lucida. This one looks like a mix of plants and rivers, which it says exactly that. Our escape pod crashed into a green river, and somehow Caleb and I turned into 2 lettuce plants as we tried to repair it. Okay, so that's just like it's almost like a fae realm that just sort of makes you into something else. It is very pretty. This one looks like a marble to me. This one looks really pretty. Okay, let's see this one. I like the way these ones look a lot more, I think. These ones look more like bubbles or crystal balls. What's this one? Phythraxis? That's kind of a neat name. Caleb, the detector found several spaceships ahead of us. They're hiding in the asteroid belt. Are space pirates trying to get up on an ambush? You sound excited. Are you hoping we'll get robbed, or do you want to rob them? If we can fight, we fight. If not, we run. And if we're captured, even if we're captured, I won't leave you. You put matching stickers on us. Any creature with eyes will tell we're a team. It's just a precaution. They wouldn't get close enough to see them. Get ready to turn. We'll catch them by surprise. So there's an asteroid belt on this one. And then there's clouds. It's hard to tell what the surface would be made of, though. Flora Vena. Oh, okay, so this one's cool. Okay. Wow, the plants can actually move around. They even pack up their soil and water like they're moving to a new home. I guess all living things find comfort in some familiar surroundings. No wonder your suitcase looks like it was about to burst when you left for Skyhaven. It doesn't matter how full it was. Nothing's as precious as the necklace you gave me. I'm glad I can wear it again. Then promise me that no matter where you go, you'll never take it off again. I promise. Oh, that would be cool to see like shifting trees and stuff, like treants and stuff. But less like humans and more just like their roots are shifting them in the ground. So it's kind of it reminds me the scene I was gonna make reminds me of the SpongeBob rock, where they just move on their own, but nobody ever sees how they move. They just sort of move. I imagine that with the trees. They just move and nobody's aware about how they move. They just kind of shift slowly in the ground. Let's see this one. This one looks like a bubble. Stellumina. The moment we wandered into Optics City, Caleb and I turned into transparent crystal beings. Yeah, just the whole thing's crystal. That's all it is. Which I like. I think that's kind of cool. I like the idea that even, I know it's like in a game, but I like the idea that they are turning into whatever planet they are on to sort of blend in with them. Kind of reminds me of when you're shifting, when like movies or whatever have you shift into different realities or stories and you sort of become whatever the story is. What else? Let's do this big crystal one. Oralis. Oralis. Caleb, did you notice anything strange? Yeah, try not to bump into our friends up ahead. Are you saying those floating rings have consciousness? Don't you feel like we're being watched? We're under observation. I wonder how they can tell us apart. They might as well see us as one being. Come a little closer. Cheesy. So the rings are conscious. That would be interesting, I think, to experience the feeling of being watched by rings while you're outside. Could you hide from them? Let's do this little gas bubble. Zephyra 9 specifically. I never thought I'd become a fugitive in space. How was I supposed to know that the spacecraft would accelerate when it caught into the space current? I also didn't know there would be space police enforcing speed limits. Oh no, they're catching up to us. I hope you're ready. The ship's gonna accelerate again. Our ticket collection is about to get bigger. They'll have to catch us first. All right, it's do or die time. Hold on tight. Ah! I feel like this one is more a bunch of wisps. Like there's little heads to them that sort of float around, but it's a trail of almost like a comet That would be kind of cool. What about this one? This one is rock too. This one kind of looks like marble. Like a marble would be cut out of it, or yeah. We finally decoded the shortest rune and message. Run. Yeah, or don't stay there, just leave. This one, it looks like water. Knoxvale 4. I finally managed to shake off those small glowing creatures. They were a little too enthusiastic. Quick, wipe your hands. They're covered in bioluminescence. I knew you'd do that. I'm just sharing the joy. Don't move. I want to draw some more stuff on your face, on your helmet. If you want to see me with a beard this long, you'll have to accompany me until I'm 80. So it's like the bioluminescence in the caves or that you see in the water, except if they're like actual creatures. That would be so cool, kind of, but also kind of unnerving. Having them on your hands and then like touching your face and like feel. Okay, I changed my mind. Maybe I don't like it. It kind of reminds me of those tiny spiders. Oh, I got the. Okay, nope. We're moving on. That's not a peaceful place. Miraxis. On this planet between dream and reality, we saw an illusion of ourselves, and myself and Caleb waving back at us. That would be... It's very cold, that I do know. It's almost freezing. But would it be like exact copies of you guys, or would it be more like a horrifying dream yourselves or Shadow Link self? I wouldn't want to go close, I know that. Okay, let's do this purple one. Celistaris. That's really cool. That's a cool name. I do like that name too. Some of the names of these planets are really interesting. I think it's hard to come up with names for planets specifically. So to come up with something so unique is, I like that. That's really cool. Celistaris. To avoid disturbing the luminous blue moss covering the ground, Caleb used his evil to keep me afloat while we explored. Oh, so it's just a bunch of luminous blue moss. It's kind of like Yoctral. Yoctel. What is Macalania? That's what I imagine it would be like. Is like Macalania or from Final Fantasy X, or Yoctel from 14 with the bioluminescent plants. I always thought that was sort of a cool concept, like an eternal night with bioluminescent plants. So it always gives for a really pretty scenery, for sure. Let's do this one. Pyraxis. Ooh, this one. Oh my gosh, that one's like... You don't even go on that planet. Get out of there. It's so hot. Caleb and I made a quick escape, both agreeing to ice cream. That ice cream is our top priority. Atta girl. I would imagine this one is actually moving like Mercury. It's actually made of mercury. That's what I'm. This planet is just liquid metal. It's very pretty, but you don't want to get on it because it's so hot. Abyssion. There's nothing here. We've been traveling for so long, and the only thing I can see is water. There's no signal down here. The protofield here interferes with the directional readings. We managed to shake off our pursuers, but I think we're lost now. So, left or right? Why aren't you more nervous? What if we're on the wrong path? So long as my most important coordinate point is by my side, no path we take can be wrong. Okay, Caleb. You're so sweet. I like that the rings are water also. So the whole thing is water. And just imagining buoyancy on water, so they're actually walking on the water. I'm trying to think why there would be flowers in the middle of a planet, though. Not that it wouldn't be beautiful, it just would be an interesting topic to like try and figure out how that would be or why it would look that way. It's also very cold as well. And the last planet. Aquavale. Isn't that also, that's an attack in 14 also. The lake's surface was like a perfect mirror, so we had fun taking photos in the reflection. So another water planet. There's 2 water planets. This one's a lot warmer though. I could imagine being buoyant on this one as well, walking on top of the water. I could only imagine, I was just thinking what it would look like walking on the planet and having just the sky. It would almost be like a whiteout, I would imagine. Standing on the surface, but then having the sky be reflected into the surface. Like, you wouldn't know if you were walking off of a cliff or something. I was supposed to. I stick by it. This is a beautiful paradise search. Okay. Well, we went over the Cosmic Odyssey. I stand by what I said. Despite some of the descriptions of these planets, I think the choice to do a pastel colored sort of exploration in spite of how Caleb's myth looks was a smart choice. Hi, I'm good. How are you? They are searching for paradise. So while some of them, like this one was all lava, and this one says to go run, and this one's just molten, what is it? Molten metal. There you go. That's the word. I really enjoyed this event. And I don't think there always needs to be like a game to it or anything. I like the idea of just exploring and providing banter, and keeping it short sometimes is a good idea. And just providing information, fun information, rather than having an actual event. So while I know a lot of people complained about how the event was and the colored and it just being reused, whatever, I'm not going to go into it again. I really enjoyed this event. I thought it was fun and cute, and really gave an insight to how Caleb is with MC, and just sort of seeing them a little more on the having fun side of life. Anyway, that's my 2 cents about the Caleb event. Thank you for sitting around with my TED Talk.